Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we've got loads to go through. We've got a brand new Galactic War update with a few hours left on the major order, which is going to be an interesting one. On top of that, we have got some new job roles going up inside of Arrowhead itself, ones that you may want to take a look into, and we've got some news on the streams, blogs, QAs, and everything coming from the development team. As well as that, a weapon which apparently the game needs more of, and Twinbeard has come back with some solid comments this morning in the Discord. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming. This company have been doing really well just recently, and they've got loads to do. So they've also got the new Star Wars Outlaws, which we have just been doing a review video for you guys on for tonight, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. But you can pick up the game for only £44 as a pre-order. Nice and cheap and chirpy. So head down to the link in the description and go and purchase yours today. Thank you so much again. Let's dive on into what we've got happening inside of the game right now. So as we dive into the game itself, things are looking a little spicy right now. The Terminid sector is spreading more to the east and making its way round. Hopefully we can start seeing some of these sectors we've not ventured into just yet. And this right here is still becoming a bit of a problem, with Taj still being a planet that nobody's really wanted to jump into. So the likelihood is it's going to start infecting this side before we get to the Sol system. But we'll have to see exactly what happens there. As far as the major order goes, we have killed all 5 million Biotitans, 750 million Terminids, and we currently hold all 3 of the planets with only 5 hours remaining. So as far as I'm concerned, that major order is pretty much done. Your new personal order is to extract from a successful mission 3 times, which is a really easy one to do, so make sure you jump in and get that one done for an extra 15 medals. But this one was a big one. I'm intrigued to see how this one pans out. With 65 medals on the line and nothing to spend them on, it's going to be an interesting day indeed. We'll have to see exactly what happens, but the likelihood is we'll see a reset of a new major order later tonight or even tomorrow morning, depending on what it is that the company are doing. But a lot of things in told when it comes to the game process itself. It'll be an interesting week, that's for sure. But moving into things Arrowhead development-wise, we are currently looking at new community and marketing teams. This is an interesting one indeed, because we know that we've just taken on a brand new community manager, so, well, this one's going to be an interesting feat. But if you guys want to get involved with it, there is a position available that Shams has posted up. Anyway, jumping on through that one, people have been talking and wondering what's going on with the streams, blogs, and Q&A sessions within this 60-day plan. Everything seems to be really good to talk about, but we want to see some things starting to materialize, and I think the drip feed mentality in these 60 days will be the best way to actually do it without them breaking the game all in one nutshell. And the response that we've got from Shams Jorjani is, yep, it's coming in a few weeks. This is going to be a very interesting one, as the spontaneous Discord and Reddit ones just don't seem to be doing the trick. I think they're so damn hidden that unless you are watching like channels like this, or you are scouting through the Discord consistently, you're never going to see these Q&As, you're never going to be a part of them, you're never going to know anything about them until they start getting these streams that go out, to the blogs that they post up on Twitter, the Q&A sessions that are live. These are the ones that we want to see. They're the things that are going to make a difference for the game, and I think that that's really important, because as this article right here from Game Rant states, we need more jack-of-all-trade primaries and support weapon builds, and this is a huge one. The reason why this is a huge one is because we're focusing so much on things like the flamethrower and the way that the flame attributes work that we're actually missing the primary factor. This is an awful game for primary weapons. It's an absolute shambles for it. So yes, the flamethrower is a nightmare right now, but we're only focusing down at the stratagem routing. This for me is probably a bigger issue than the actual fire itself, but the primary weapons seem to absolutely do jack all, unless you are really try hard and out there. So let me know down in the comment section if you guys are a fan of the Eruptor and how it is that you play it, or if you guys have got another weapon that you enjoy using more. But for me, there are not many weapons that will do enough damage that will actually cause that outlet. But as you guys have all been wondering, wondering with fire and the way that flame attributes work inside of this game, what is it that they're doing and are they making any moves? Well, Twinbeard actually posted up this early hours this morning stating, "Morning, there are several things that you're commenting here, but thinks the fire thing is the current issue that I can comment on without having to go into a verbose post about balancing, rollbacks, and us improving in various areas. We're actually just now investigating the possibility of fixing the recent and, well, largely unsuccessful changes to the flamethrower and or fire effects. Since it's so recent, it may be possible to change it without messing with lots of other systems and changes, which is usually the biggest challenge with reverts or rollbacks like these. And it's an interesting one to see how long it's actually taken them to do the rollback with the fire attribute. I think a lot of people look at this as black is black and white is white, and if you've changed the attribute to fire, why don't you just roll everything back? I think the problem is that they updated the system with the escalation of freedom and updated everything all in toll, that actually being able to change these things now would be so damn difficult because they did such a big changeover. It'd be an interesting way to see how they're going to do it, but as of right now, we're expecting maybe a couple of weeks before we see any changes on this, as they're only just working on this now by the looks of things. And now that they know what the feedback is with fire, hopefully this is going to take a change soon, because it's starting to take a dip on the game greatly. We're at 23,000 peak in 24 hours with only 8,000 players playing right now. This game is just flopping hard at the moment, and it's bloody hard to see this game do what it's been doing, because it was such a successful point and such a large revelation inside of the game. To go from 500,000 players to 8,000 players in 6 months, it's just hard to watch, guys. It's just hard to watch. And it's obviously starting to hit home to the development team, as Twinbeard posted up this earlier. Thank you, that means a lot. We tried. There's more non-constructive commenting going on at the moment, but I get it. Frustration and feeling that you're not listened to feeds that. Are there issues? Yes. Can they be resolved? Yes. Beta testing, I'm pretty sure there'll be an NDA anyway as we slice it. I also do believe we've come a long way with this already, and I hope we'll pick a, shall we say, assorted list of players. I agree, you don't want to use a batch of people from just one selection place due to apparent reasons. But I think that this one's going to be a very difficult one. I think at the moment, yes, you can kind of expect a lot more non-constructive commenting going on, mainly because you are just seeing the same things come up left, right, and center. I don't think it necessarily means it's not constructive, but I do think it means that it's going to be a little bit more frustrating for you guys to actually see from the development side, because it's all coming through like a funnel. This thing is going to be like 100,000 people all funneling the same comments into a tube and feeding it into your notification boxes, which is going to be quite a difficult feature, and I don't really know how they manage that. They were talking about systems and how feedback would actually sort it for them, AI systems. If they've got that sorted yet, we'll have to wait and see, but I think that they need to be doing some more solidified updates with regards to what it is that's happening, and not just Twinbeard popping some comments into a Discord. I think there needs to be some general announcements actually made via the Twitter socials, via the Discord announcements. They really need to be making it all a bit more apparent, because without people like this channel and others, as you all will know by now, that we keep you guys updated with everything that's being said and stuff like that, I think that they are going to find this very, very difficult to retain a general player base as they have been so far. So it's a really interesting feature, but for me, I think that if they don't start doing something very, very, very soon, then we are going to see a depletion rate like no other, especially with games like Space Marines coming up, which is due to drop very, very, very soon. So fingers crossed this one's going to be a very, very nice one indeed. And looking at the top comments on the latest video, it seems to be apparent that a lot of people have got the same comments coming up. So just to get a bit of a diverse comment section going on, we've not featured all of the top comments, but mainly ones that are a bit split open, if that makes sense, because a lot of the top comments are all the same. But this first one right here says they all came back from vacation and now the excuse is the team is exhausted. What the F? were these vacations then. I don't really know how it all panned out. I don't really know what parts of the team were on vacation, what parts of the team weren't, how they did the split. It is a little bit of a weird one that they are talking about being exhausted just after a vacation period. I've literally just got back from my vacay, and it was actually really nice just to take a bit of a break, go to one video a day, and just be working from the hotel room for a couple of hours in the morning. And now we're back in, and we're going to be hammering it through because I feel refreshed as hell. So I don't know what their issue is at the moment with that one, because again, this next comment right here states pretty much the same thing. Hell, I'm exhausted from being exhausted from their work they're not been putting in. And I'm not too sure that that's really the way to look at it. I don't think that that's the truth. I think that they definitely are putting the work in. But yeah, it's really interesting because again, this third comment states, bruh, all I see is all talk, no walk. They aren't doing anything. They could easily buff damage or magazines, just a little something, but nope. And I think that that is very true. I think that that would not take very much to actually initiate, and actually buffing the magazines back up on the incendiary breaker or giving it just a damage buff as an overall to flame. I don't really know what's taken them so long with this, and it would really, really diminish the hatred that's getting through the game file at the moment. So I think there's a lot more that they could do. I just wish that they would actually start doing something. Just a little bit confused as to what's taking them so long. But anyway, that's unfortunately we've got time for today. Like we stated, we've got a first impressions video coming up for Star Wars Outlaws, and we're starting to look at Space Marines 2 as the game is due to launch very, very soon indeed. If you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe, post notifications turned on. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the clouds.